Here are the top tips I wish I could tell to my beginner self. Number 1 is study the fundamentals first and use real-life references. I noticed there's too much emphasis on style or brushes instead of learning the fundamentals first. Fundamentals are like the basics. It's not the most fun part because most people find it boring. I mean, I do when I was starting out. And to be good at something, you need to do it consistently over and over again. And also, I would tell to my younger self to use real-life references. I love anime art style before because for me it was kinda easy and it's already simplified and it looks cute and cool. I learned that the artists that my younger self followed back then used to draw realistic or semi-realistic artworks before they started doing anime style. As for me, it was the opposite. I draw a lot of anime without learning from real life references, and that's when I realized why I don't feel like improving much. I studied semi-realism and drew realistic artworks, which I don't really enjoy doing realistic artworks for some reasons, but I did enjoy the lessons I learned from doing it, because to learn something really quick you just got to do it. Like riding a bike. You can't ride a bike by watching a tutorial on YouTube. You have to do it yourself and then you will eventually learn through repetition. Also back then I used to think like something is always missing in my artwork back then, and I figured it out after studying all the basic fundamentals, like what's the length between the eyes, the shapes, the value, etc. Second tip is experiment and copy stuff, okay? So there's this thing called art style, right? I joined social media pretty late and I'm not exposed to it that much, which I'm super thankful because I'm telling you, creating was so much fun without needing to post it online. Like, just for fun. So yeah, back to the topic, I didn't know art style was a thing back then because I just draw for fun and draw whatever inspires me the most. After learning there's a thing called art style, I find it interesting, so I kind of focused on that, which is not a very good area to focus on too much, especially when you're a beginner. I encourage you guys to experiment on different artists that you like and make lists of them, like write what parts of their artwork inspire you the most. For example, artist number 1 inspired you to also create amazing lighting, and artist number 2 for character design. Experiment a lot and I'm telling you, you'll improve in no time and develop your own unique style. And also remember, every art comes from something. Third tip would be don't compare yourself, or don't compare your progress to other artists. Comparing your progress to others is like comparing a 1-year-old kid to a 5-year-old kid and asking to yourself, who can walk better? Or who would win in a race between a 3-year-old and a 9-year-old kid? Of course, a 9-year-old kid would win because obviously the 9-year-old had been walking on earth for more years, obviously. Same with art. Let's say there's an art contest and you have 1 year of experience in art. Regardless of what your age is, the contestant that has been doing art for more years than you will definitely win because of the experience, the visual library in their heads, all of the artworks that they've done help them to get better, and it would take time before you can see progress. I would tell to my younger self, I want you to focus on your own journey because we grow in different phases. So enjoy the journey instead of the end goal, because there'll always be something to achieve after your other goals has been done. So enjoy your progress, and remember, small progress is still progress. Just showing up even for 10 minutes or 15 minutes a day will make a huge difference. I also want to say that talent does plays a role. However, talent is nothing without effort and discipline. And dedication and discipline is a talent in itself. So if you're good at disciplining yourself, you got a great talent. So tip number 4 is create art that you like. Art is a form of self-expression, and each of us creative has our own unique way on doing our creations. That's why we are so many people that create art, so many different backgrounds, I follow different artists that does different things, and I love all of them. I look up to them all and I incorporate their styles to mine, or I took inspiration from their artworks. It's great to have these different artists sharing their great skill. For example, I follow Rino Tuna because I want to improve my character design and anatomy. Then I follow Youngie and Sam to improve semi-realistic artworks. So you see, artists draw different stuff, but still I love each and every one of them combined. Stop drawing stuff because other people want you to. How is that an effing self-expression? If you draw it because others want you to, that's not a self-expression, my friend. That's not homie. That's not unless you're doing it for work. And last but not the least, my 5th tip is just do it, okay? You watch a lot of tutorials. You might be without one person that watch a lot of tutorials, so it's great that you're trying to learn, but watching tutorials is different from actually learning and doing it, applying it. Just like I said earlier, it's like riding a bike. You need to learn to ride a bike. If you don't do it yourself, you have to do it, you have to ride the bike in order to learn. Also, motivation starts once you actually do the things that you needed to do. Don't wait for motivation to keep you going, but make it a habit instead. Once a habit is formed, it will be kind of like automatic because you've done it a lot of times, and then you get familiar with it more, and eventually you get better. Think about it this way. It's like playing a video game for the first time. You don't know the controls, you don't know like anything about the game, how it works. And over time, as you play the game more, as you progress in the game, it becomes a habit that you don't even need to look at the controller anymore. So think about it this way in art, okay? Or actually anything in life. At first, you're a beginner, you don't know anything yet. But the more you do it, the more you get good at it. That's why I guess a lot of artists just say, just practice and draw more. Because that's what they've done, and actually that's what I've done, and I just draw a lot. I mean, for me, I love drawing since I was little. Like, I remember one time my mom was so mad. She was so mad at me because she used to work on an office, and the papers, I draw a lot of like stuff, doodles on every paper I saw. I draw on the couch, I draw on the walls, like. So one time I was like, I think 4-year-old me, I was drawing something on a paper, and a piece of paper, and I thought it was like nothing important. Not until my mom scolded me after that because it was for her work, and I was like, I'm sorry, and I was so young back then, so I kind of don't know as well what's going on. But yeah, before I've done digital artworks, I actually have like a traditional background on traditional art. I've been doing traditional art and I have experience on it, so the artwork that you see today is kind of like a stacked up. Like, the artworks you see today are a culmination of the drawings I created back then when I was still practicing traditional drawing. Additionally, here's a low-key face review. I had initially planned to include in a different video, but I decided to share a low-key version towards the end of this one. So if you know me in real life, no you don't. By the way, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifs so you will get notified whenever I have new uploads. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope that some of the things I mentioned about my younger self resonated with some of you, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. 우리는 같이 있었고 이제는 네가 떠나도 I don't care about it all. 어제까지도 우리는 같이 있었고 이제는 네가 떠나도 I don't care about it all. 어젯밤과 함께 떠난 게 넌 나를 전혀 바라보지 않잖아. 우리 둘 사이 관계는 깊지 않아 보이는 거 알잖아.